How do you become a thought leader on social media? Well, I guarantee that my answer is going to surprise you. I'm going to address one of the biggest misconceptions in marketing today. Does becoming a thought leader really depend on the size of your following? Should every social media platform have the same purpose? Why do some people seem to become the go-to authority while others spend years posting content with very little to show for it? And what role should social media actually play if your goal is to become the recognized expert in your industry? Let's dive right in. So you may be surprised to learn that social media is not the best place to build thought leadership. Now, I know that that goes against everything that you've been taught. They've told you to create thought leadership content for social media. But let me just take a step back and explain what I mean here. Social media is really good for nurturing, right? Because you have your friends, your connections, your subscribers, right? And so when you post a piece of content, you're nurturing your existing friends and connections. It's not a good marketing place. And what it means to be positioned as a thought leader is so that people who've never heard of you before but need help from your expertise, that they find you. So thought leadership is being positioned for new people who've never heard of you before. So you can put thought leadership content to nurture them. Nurturing is great, but if you're using social media to build thought leadership, it's just not being used for the right purposes. Also, there's this misconception that thought leadership means just having a bigger following. I mean, social media has kind of stolen the term influencer. I love the power of influence. You know, having a positive impact on somebody's life, having a real impact or influence. I love that, but it's been twisted to mean, okay, somebody who's got celebrity, who can push the needle, or hey, I want to do an advertising campaign and have an influencer share this with their audience. So they've kind of hijacked the word influencer. Well, I don't want them to hijack thought leadership either. Okay, so thought leadership, influencer, we're talking about two different things. Your thought leadership is not determined at all by the size of your following. I don't care how many subscribers or friends that you have, that doesn't determine your thought leadership. So the next question that follows is, can you be a thought leader with, say, just a few thousand followers? Well, absolutely. So I'll give you an example. Stan the Annuity Man. Okay, he's not an influencer. He's not famous. You probably never heard of him unless you've looked for annuities, right? He's got 17,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. We've been working together for many, many years. So 17,000 is a relatively small YouTube channel, and yet he's America's #1 annuity agent. And he's not only #1 by a little margin, he's #1 by 4 times. By 4 times. He's a thought leader for anyone that has questions or interest in annuities. If they go online, they start searching, they're going to find Stan the Annuity Man. So as you're starting to see the differences between an influencer on social media and an actual thought leader, an influencer entertains. An influencer might be funny or dramatic or just have some content that's interesting, whereas a thought leader has expertise that's applicable to their audience. So a thought leader wants to curate a much smaller but much more valuable audience, where an influencer wants as big of an audience as possible. They want as many views, they want as many subscribers, because they get paid through advertising. Well, now let's come back to you. So as an expert or as a thought leader, how do people find out about you? Like maybe you get referrals and word of mouth. That's very, very common, and those are super valuable. Wish we could scale that up a bit faster though. Why is it that these new potential clients, they don't discover you through Facebook, through LinkedIn, through Twitter or Instagram? Well, you can post all the thought leadership content you want there, but that content is not indexed and searchable. So people that are on those social platforms that even use the search engine, if they type in a topic, your content is not found. That's just not how those platforms are set up. So if social media isn't the best place for discovery, what is? Well, the answer is, what platforms can you post content that's indexed and searchable? And by far and away, the biggest, best platform for that is YouTube. When you post a video to YouTube, YouTube transcribes every single word that you say, and it's indexed and searchable with the most amazing search engine, YouTube search engine, and Google. Google owns YouTube. So YouTube videos are searchable on Google, and Google recommends videos all the time. And all these new AI tools also are recommending YouTube videos. So just in one place, you can post a YouTube video and have it show up on YouTube search, Google search, AI search like ChatGPT. So should you still post on social media? Well, sure, if you enjoy a platform, but if there's a platform that you hate, then don't use that platform anymore. If you found something that appears to be working, like define what working is. Is it you're just getting a lot of likes? Is it that you're getting a lot of views? And is that what you want? Is that the good end goal for you? You can continue doing that. Maybe that's your best nurturing platform. Should every platform have the same goal? That's a really good question, because I'm going to define it and answer it no for two reasons. One, some platforms you should use for nurturing, other platforms you should use for marketing, like YouTube, your blog. That's definitely the best fit for marketing. But other platforms like your email list or a podcast or perhaps a social media platform, those should be used for nurturing. The other way that I'm going to answer that question is each platform has a unique formula for success. So if you're going to succeed with content on YouTube, these are all the ingredients. If you're going to take that content and post it on LinkedIn, you would not get results. It's got a complete different formula, totally different ingredients. Same thing with Instagram. So you can't just post content everywhere and expect to succeed everywhere. You've got to know the unique formula, and should you even be on that platform, and which one are you using for marketing, which one for nurturing. So how do social media and search work together? Well, kind of in an indirect way, right? If people find you through search, that's obviously not going to happen on social media, but perhaps that's where you really enjoy to nurture people. You can create a Facebook group. But I'll reveal a secret. You don't actually need social media, because you can nurture through email. So you can take full advantage of search. You can become the dominant thought leader in your category, even if you don't use social media. Is it worth trying to go viral? No. And that should be a sign of relief or a breath of fresh air, because going viral is hard. It's elusive. It requires you to change into somebody else and to perform and to be funny. Now, if you've had a video go viral, think about it. How many clients did that viral video bring you? And you're going to say, no, but, somehow there's a but. But if I just created this video and got that one to go viral, that's never going to happen. Now, did you know that going viral can actually really, really hurt you on YouTube? Now, I'm not talking if your goal is to be Mr. Beast making ad revenue, but if your goal is to generate leads from YouTube, then going viral can really hurt you. And I'll give you an example. Many years ago, I made a video titled Why I Hire People in the Philippines. It was a great video for my audience. They liked it. But it was more interesting to people in the Philippines that would comment that they loved that I was talking about their country, or they would comment that they wanted me to hire them. I ended up on that first video getting 1.5 million views, and unfortunately I made a lot more videos about the Philippines that also went viral. So over a period of time, I added several tens of thousands of subscribers to my channel. And when I would make my regular content, this new audience didn't watch it. They didn't like it. And so that told the algorithm, hey, we don't like that content. So YouTube itself was telling me, you need to make more videos about the Philippines. Stop talking about this stuff. That took me years to repair. In fact, there's still lingering effects of that. I had to delete all my Philippines content. I moved that to a separate channel. And I've had to work really, really hard to redirect my YouTube channel. So how do you become the go-to authority in your industry? How do you make it so that when people are doing searches on Google, YouTube, and ChatGPT, that they're finding you at the top every single time? Well, the next step is to understand the big picture. So I'm going to link to another episode right there. It's called What is Personal Branding? I explain the 3 different parts of building a personal brand for thought leadership, how they work together, and why social media is only one piece of a much larger strategy. In that video, I'm going to show you real examples of what thought leadership looks like when someone can truly own their category, and you can see what you're working toward. So if you want to be the recognized thought leader in your industry, that's the episode that I recommend you watch next. I'll see you there.